What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Price Man, aka Price Dynasty. This time for another reaction video to something I actually haven't seen before. It's Faye Wong's performance of Eyes on Me. It's from the video game Final Fantasy VIII. Now for me, Final Fantasy VIII is a top 10 video game of all time for me, and this is the only song I've listened to by this singer here. I don't know any of her other songs, but I know this song because of Final Fantasy VIII. So I'm going to play the video, react to it. It's my first time seeing this. So here we go.
Song of the Year.
この賞は期間中に発表されました洋楽シングルの中で売上枚数が最も多かった作品にプレゼントされます。
はい、受賞者の方、この会場にお越しくださいました。早速お呼びしましょ
ゲームソフトの主題歌としてリリースされた Eyes on Me Featured in Final Fantasy VIII がブレイク、アジアの歌姫の Ladies and Gentlemen Faye Wong。
う。おめでとうございます。
飯田委員長よりトロフィーです。
メッセージの方お願いします。
首先，我想感谢Japan Record Association， 然后最主要我想谢谢日本的歌迷，谢谢你们对我的支持，谢谢。
まず日本レコード協会に感謝を申し上げたいと思います。またファンの皆さんにも感謝しております。本当にどうもありがとうございました。
So I'm going to pause the video right there. I am unilingual. I only speak English, so I have no idea what they're saying, but I can kind of, using context clues, probably talking about the song and, the impact, I would imagine. But if anybody wants to translate down below, you let me know and put that in there. But yeah, quick hits on this. I do like this song. I like the game a lot, top 10 of all time. But this is more, the song is more about the character in the game's name is Julia singing the Laguna. However, in most of the clips you see when they do the in-game clips for this song, it's more about Squall and Rinoa, which I understand makes sense why they would use those two, but my boy Laguna is always getting dissed. So if you haven't played the game, then you won't know what I'm talking about. But check out the lore of Final Fantasy VIII, and it'll make more sense. But back to the video.
フェイオンさんは日本でどこか行ってみたいと思うところはありますか？
很想去京都看一看，因为是一个很古老的城市，很有味道的城市，很美的城市，所以很想去。
京都にぜひ行ってみたいと思います。とても味があって歴史の古い町だと聞いておりますので行ってみたいと思います。
ぜひね、時間があったら行ってみてください。それでは早速歌のスタンバイをしていただきましょう。
Eyes on Me featured in Final Fantasy VIII。
We never sang my songs on the stage on my own. We never said my words, wishing they would be heard. I saw you smiling at me. Was it real or just my fantasy? You'd always be there in the corner of this tiny little bar. My last night here for you.
Yo, I'm gonna pause the song right there. Yo, hopefully someone else caught that, man. She's singing this with her whole chest. This is very emotional for her. Considering it's technically just a job and it's for her, so but it's good to see that, man. Just the emotion in her eyes and just how she's singing this with all her heart, Shout out to that, but back to the song.
Same old songs just once more. My last night here with you. Maybe yes, maybe no. I kind of lighted your way. How you shyly place your eyes on me. Did you ever know that I had mine on you? Darling, so share with me none of your happiness, your tears if you're holding back, or pain if what it is. How can I let you know I'm more than a dress and a voice? Just reach me out there, you know that you are no dreamer. Darling, so there you are, with a look on your face, as if you never heard, as if you never doubt. Shall I be the one for you, who pinches you softly but sure? If from its shining then you will know that you are no dreamer.
Ooh. Ooh.
Thank you very much.
Wow. Again, I've never seen this. I was looking on a Reddit post, and then it said, look this up, and so I looked it up. And I'm like, wow, did you see how the look on her eye? Like she was really tearing up. She was really emotional singing this song. So I guess it meant a lot to her. I mean, I don't know much about the singer, really. And I guess she was big, and she still might be big in her respective country. But if I'm not mistaken, she's Chinese. Yeah, she is Chinese. You can tell by looking at her. Duh. And before anybody says any racial shit, look. From New York, you see a lot of Asian cultures, and again, technically, I'm half Asian since I'm half Namaste Indian. I mean, I get to see a lot of, it is what it is. So hopefully, no one takes that the wrong way. But back to this, man. So the emotion, just man, that was just beautiful to see. I mean, again, this is supposed to just be a job for her, just a regular old award show, but man, maybe we could I think I might replay that, like how she was getting teared up right there. Let's see. Huh? Most replayed too. Let's see. We're gonna look at the eyes right there. Oh, she was tearing up. Oh man, look at her tearing up. Look at that. Just the utmost appreciation for the audience and everything. And look at it. Oh, she sniffled a little, so man, she had to hold back some tears. Woo, man, that's man. But I'll spend a few quick minutes talking about Final Fantasy VIII. So everyone talks about Final Fantasy VII. To me, in my opinion, Final Fantasy VII is trash. I tried getting into that game, I just couldn't get into it. But Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy Tactics, I'll play those games. I never played Final Fantasy IX, so I'm not gonna say anything bad about them. I tried playing 10 and I got into that for a little bit, but kind of stopped playing it maybe a quarter of the way through. And I never tried any of the other Final Fantasies up until the one with was it Noctis? Was that good? Yeah, the one that came out. I think it's 16 or 15 or 16. What I played one of those and I was just like, this is trash. So I'll talk about the lore. So the lore of Final Fantasy VIII. Give you the abridged version. So we'll start off. There's Julia and Laguna, and then there's a hater named General Caraway. So Laguna, he sees Julia. She's a piano player. They kind of make eyes. Building some rapport. He goes to her hotel room. They had a nice little conversation, a moment. The game doesn't really say if anything happened or not, but use your imagination. But anyway, Laguna leaves, and then later on, when you have like a little side conversation with the general, you hear him hating. He's like, "Man, I see Laguna over here trying to make eyes with my Julia. I'll show him." And so General Caraway, oh, actually, Laguna's in the military, and that's his superior, General Caraway. So General Caraway sends Laguna onto basically a suicide mission, and basically he's left for dead, and people think he's dead, and he winds up in a town called Windhill, and he meets an individual named Raine. But I'm gonna pause it right there, and then here General Caraway straight dirty macking, straight up dirty macking. He sees a distraught Julia. Here he comes sliding in. He just slide. He's giving that little slide, like, "What's up, Julia?" And next you know, they end up getting together, and they have a daughter named Rinoa. Pause. So, talk to my boy Laguna. At first him and Rain ain't really hitting it off, and I won't call Rain a single mother. She did like the godparent thing. So there was a kid that lost their parents, and so Rain took this kid in just because he didn't want the kid to be an orphan. So anywho, this kid ends up getting kidnapped. It's a whole bunch of crazy. I won't tell you why, but anyway, the kid gets kidnapped, and so Laguna goes on a rescue mission. However, Rain is pregnant, but does not tell Squall that she's pregnant. So he goes off, and unfortunately, Rain dies during childbirth and gives birth to Squall. Squall goes to an orphanage. Laguna comes back. He sees there's nothing here for them and goes back on his merry way. And then enter Rinoa and Squall. Rinoa makes a little move on Squall, and then Squall's like, "Yo, who's this broad?" And then eventually they kind of get together. And it's funny how not Laguna. It's funny how Rinoa and Squall get to experience the love that Laguna and Julia couldn't because of all those circumstances. So that's the lore. There's actually a bunch of other cool stuff in Final Fantasy VIII, but that's like the main plot right there. There's also like sorcery, and you get to go to space. You get to go to a futuristic city. There's so many cool stuff in Final Fantasy VIII. Hell, there's even a prison break in Final Fantasy VIII. This game is amazing. You can play it on modern consoles and Steam. It's like $20, or if you catch it on sale, it'll be like $8. So well worth the price of admission, in my opinion. But that's all for now. Till next time.